So guys, the first thing you're going to do is to split the dress into two in front, right? So once you split it into two, you've opened up the front, and now you're also going to open up the side, right? And then the back still has the zipper allowance, so it's actually into four now. One piece, second piece, third piece, and then the fourth piece. So two of them are going towards the front, and then two of them are going towards the back. So these two here, with, you see, it has like extra room here for the zipper allowance at the back, but the one in front, it doesn't have any room. It's just at the edge here. So I'm going to go ahead now and close. The reason why we split open the front is because of the slit in front. So I'm going to close it back again. So I'm going to make a seam here all the way and stop maybe halfway through and leave the other part open. This is my slit, right? I've used 1 inch to close it all, right? So if I open it now, you will see. So this is the center front of our skirt. I still need to iron it, but this is it here. It depends on you how far you want the slit to stop. So the next thing I'm going to do now is I'm going to sew it. So I'm going to sew from one side, just how you normally hem the end of your clothes. Fold it half, and then fold another half. Sew it all the way to where your slit is, and then come back up on this other side and finish it up. So guys, you see, this is it here. So you see, notice from my seam here, it goes from one side, crosses over to the other side, and I just used about that same 1 inch of seam allowance. Is just what I folded to be able to make this. So you see, I folded it one on each side, 1 inch on the other side, and that's where you see I crossed over here and hemmed it all the way down and crossed over on the other side too. So the front is done. You see, this is what we have for our front. This is the side, this is the side. You take the back panel now. The next thing we are going to do is take the back panel. This is the center of the back panel. So we are going to take one piece, put it on this side now. One piece is going towards this side, and then the other piece is going to go towards this side. Just like that. You will notice that the center part is going to overlap because of the zipper allowance for the center. So what we are going to do now is we're going to start from the top here, close down about 2 inches. Right, using 1 inch of seam allowance, close down about 2 inches length here, stop, leave open about 5 inches for our pocket, and then continue our 1 inch of seam all the way down. Do the same thing on the other side. Come down here 2 inches from the waist, leave open 5 inches opening for the pocket, and close down about all the way using 1 inch. And once that is done, we'll have the waist of our skirt ready. So guys, this is the pocket I'm using. It's 14 inches by 9.5 here, or you could do 10. So you see, this is the side. You see what I was showing you before. So 2 inches, leave 5 open. You see my chalk mark. So you see I left this open here. So, and then I closed up the part here and here. So now what I'm going to do is take one side of this here, sew it to one side of my seam allowance. Take the other side here, sew it to one other side of my seam allowance. Close the top, close the bottom. Then I form my pocket. I've already done that on this side. You see it's sewn on this side here, sewn on this side here. And then if I put my hand from the outside now, my hand is in the pocket. So once that is done, I'm going to go now hem the end of the clothes, hem the end of the clothes, and then we'll move over to the top. So guys, after that, now moving on to the top of the dress. So you're going to first join your bodice shoulder to shoulder. You see the two back panels and then the front panel. If you have your lining, also cut your lining and join it the same way that we've joined this. Join it just at the shoulder. That's the only seam we have here. Once it's done, you're just going to start from here and join the lining together with the top, and then join this part here, this angle here, all the way to the side, all the way to the side. And then you're going to put your hand from the front and drag this part out, and you iron it. right? But since I'm not doing that, I'm just doing facing. So what I'm going to do is just like this, I'm going to put it here. If it was lining, it would have covered the whole cloth and then covered all the way towards the back. But since mine is just the facing for the neck, you see what I'm saying here. So all I have to do now is just to take it the way it is now, use 1/4 inch to sew the neck all the way around to this point. And you see my wrong side is, the right side is facing the right side, right? So I'm going to just use 1/4 inch to sew all the way around to the neck. If it was lining, it would have also gone through exactly like how this seam is, and then I would have also joined it here on this side using the same 1/4 inch, join it also on this side using the same 1/4 inch. Then so from the front here, I'm going to raise the lining and then put my hand in from here and pull this part out, put my hand in from here and pull this part out, and then iron everything out. Once you iron it, you pick your dart, after you've picked your dart, you take your sleeve. So you're going to take the sleeve here, this is it here, remember it's a puffy sleeve, so you're going to gather the upper part of this sleeve a little. Now you see it has formed that puff at the top, and then you sew it down and then join the rest of the body of your sleeve here, and then you close up the side. You're going to do it on the 2 sides of your shirt, of the top, and then once that is done, we'll come back and place in our belt and everything. But if you're not using lining, what you can do is just to use bias to, once you finish up the neckline, just use bias to run this part and run this part. So guys, this is what we have. You see, I've put in the facing, I've put in the sleeve, closed it up. So you will notice that I added a belt here. But how you're going to do it is you're going to just take a belt, you can make it like 40 inches long, depending on you. And then you're going to go ahead and attach it to the side. Just come up here 2 inches before the end of the cloth and just sew it down. And then it's going to face this way, right? So now the next step is going to be to join the body of the cloth to the waist of the dress, of the skirt. So this is what we currently have as the waist of our skirt. So this is the back of the skirt here. You'll notice that I've closed up the center seam. This is the side that has the pocket. This is the second side here, you remember. And then this is the center back. You'll notice that I went ahead and added a band that is about 1.5 inch. You see it here on the back waistline. So I cut it in like 1/2 inch towards, you know, we did 2 inches before we started the pocket. So we did 2 inches closure here, left 5 inches open, closed the rest of it. So I went back in again to that 2 inches and opened it up about just 1/2 inch in, right? Just so that I can be able to attach waistband to the one facing the back, the 2 sides facing the back, and then the single one for the front. Remember, there's still a seam here, but it's now one waist for the front line. So I'm going to just take that one waistline and join it directly to the waistline of my dress. After you've already added your dart, so you joining this front waistline together with one seam using just 1/2 inch of seam allowance. Once that is done, you're going to go ahead and add a zipper to the back of this skirt. So guys, you see mine is done. So like I said, once you put the belt above, then you're going to close up back the seam just after the band, and then put your zip. You see everything is done. So now you can go ahead and top stitch it just so you can hide the seam here, or you can leave it the way it is, and when you wear it, you just tuck it into towards the side. But that's basically everything. So I used the button. So I folded one side of this away, folded the other side away, with about 0.75, not really up to 1 inch, just to make the flap. And then I used 2 buttons here, but you can use an iron hook, or you can use a pressing button. It depends on you. Or if you have a shorter zip, you can also do zip. It depends. But remember, I made mine a little wider, like up to 2 inches, so I had to use 2 buttons here. If you made yours just narrow for 1 button, then you can do 1 button. So this is basically everything here. The dress is done, and thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you in my next video. Guys, please like, share, subscribe. Bye.